2 of those?
Of these?
Yeah. Or did you bring it from home?
I brought it from home.
Oh, okay.
So it just snaps in right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, he doesn't have that. He has a you see, his is only for the iPhone on the yoke.
Oh, really?
On Paul's. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can't get you can get that in there. Yeah. And you see your quadrants for the mixture and the throttle
Yeah.
on Paul's plane is the push-pull. It's not
I wonder
this.
what kind of can't be an Archer. It's got to be something else.
Maybe it's, I don't know.
Because I don't think Piper ever had a trim up here. It's always here. I have electric trim here.
Yeah, yeah. No, he doesn't have electro trim either.
Right.
Yeah. And he doesn't have that either.
You want to sit down, Willi?
Yeah,
Come on in.
I gotta get you a.
Give me the tail number and I'll have it all dialed in.
Yeah, the tail number and the. Hang on, let me see.
You can,
Here, hang on,
yeah, you can come back.
hang on.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is
Little bit back, Katie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
This is pretty much an all new panel system.
Yeah. You
So-
see. Yeah.
Okay, so just kind of left to right.
Right.
Just I have electronic exhaust gas and cylinder
Okay.
head temperature gauge,
Oh, okay. So yeah.
And I have-
EGT.
an electronic amp and voltmeter gauge,
Okay.
and I have electronic tach.
Okay.
All right, and then these are the brand new Garmin flight displays.
Okay. They transfer to here.
Yep, everything couples with the GPS and then the autopilot.
Yeah.
So these flight displays are the new, latest, and greatest thing from Garmin.
Okay.
And then we have the normal, what would be six-pack, but it's a four-pack.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we have the VOR, but this transfers into a VOR. These are both multi-page, so I can do all the GPS moving map here.
Okay.
So it's like big-time backup. So this is the audio panel, Garmin's the 345 audio panel.
Yeah. Yeah. That's.
And
nice.
then this is the brand new to Garmin, the 650 XI GPS navigator and Navcom.
Okay.
Okay, so if I want to plug in a radio frequency, I just plug it in here.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say it's 1228. What? Yeah, and I just move it over here, and then I can move it up.
Okay.
You know, and trade them around.
Trade them around as you need them.
Yeah, and then this is Garmin's brand new radio.
Okay.
The 255, I think it's a B. And then this is the greatest thing in the world. It's the GFC 500 autopilot.
That one. Okay.
This one, it's 2-axis, so it holds altitude
Yeah.
and it holds heading, and it also navigates completely. So when I put a flight plan in here, transfer it to the panel, transfers to the Aria 660, which is a backup GPS.
Yes.
Then it will fly this thing here. Couples with this, it will fly the entire flight all the way to the ground.
Wow.
Essentially,
Yeah.
not land it, but it'll fly it all the way into the pattern. And this is the Garmin transponder and a Garmin, what's called an Aria 660. And it's capable of everything this is, but it doesn't have the precision that this does.
Yes, yeah.
So,
Okay.
but anyway,
Nice.
so, and then this is the little Sentry box
Bucks, yeah.
that receives data and brings it to here.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. This,
All right. So this
Okay.
is how I fly,
Okay. Yeah.
just like this.
this nice. Yeah.
And I have the Bose
the
headsets,
Bose, yeah.
and we have the 4-position audio panel in the back. So the back seats have the same thing. And then
That's you for the.
see the
headsets.
other ones are. Oop, that's you. Sorry. The other headsets are here
Okay.
in these bags back here. Sherry has her own, and we have ones for back seat. And this is a carbon monoxide sensing
Okay.
device.
Where's your carburetor heat here?
Carb heat is here.
This is the
mixture, priming.
Priming, yeah, okay. So that, you see, Paul doesn't have a primer.
And then the mixture is here,
Yeah.
and then the throttle position is here.
Yeah, and you got the wheel, the trim wheel. Or you got the
Here.
electric trim, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Or here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
so let's see, what do I have for a flight plan loaded here? Okay, so let's just say I want to transfer this flight plan to the panel. So I touch this little football right here, and I just want to look at the map and make sure, yeah, nothing's there. So I'm going to send to the panel,
Okay.
and it's going to say I have a message. And it's going to say I have a new flight plan. I'm going to do that, and that's this flight plan, and I'm going to Delta 86, and I'm going to activate that flight plan, and it gives you everything about it, and I can go home, map. Now it's got it,
Okay.
and now I can come over here, and I can connect that guy. It says it's now connected. Okay, so then we can go here. One more back. Map.
Okay. And then the course should, that is, yeah. Okay.
Now all three are synced.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can go out here, and you can see the entire course.
Yeah. Wow. This is, yeah. I mean, that is.
It's all fully synced,
Yeah.
and every
Frank,
one of them can operate completely on their own.
Yeah.
Real quick, can you tell me the quick summary difference between those two Garmins? The one on the left is more detailed,
Yeah.
but the
So
one
this
on
is
the right
a
is
full IFR certified
okay.
GPS Navcom, Garmin's newest one. A lot of these exist now in planes that are much higher level because it's so capable. It can basically, I'm told by two airline pilots that work here, everything in here is similar to the flight commands that a jet has. The Aria 660 is a panel mounted handheld GPS that is really inexpensive, but it relies on the information from here to run it, or it relies on information from here. We've chosen to do it here, but it'll pop right out, you know. Let's see here. There. So it comes right out in your hand, and you can take this in your bag, like in your plane, and you could fly with this and do everything, really, for VFR flying that you'd ever need to do. It has an incredible amount of information in it here. So it has 3D vision.
3D vision. Oh, that's
Yep.
nice.
It has nearest, all the waypoint information. It has traffic.
Nearest airport for emergency, right?
Nearest airport for anything you want,
Anything,
emergency or whatever. It has flight plans. You can watch traffic. It has terrain monitor, weather. So everything that is here is here. It's just this is a very detailed Navcom that is precise and is accepted by the FAA as an IFR platform. This is a $1,000 unit that is super simple but unbelievably functional. But it's not IFR certified.
And your transponder is here, right?
Transponder's there. Now this particular transponder, I think it's the Garmin 335 or something like that. But it has ADSB in and out. So it's the good one. And
Yeah, you look, all this stuff in Paul's plane is down here below.
I think it's a different plane.
Could be.
I don't think it's an Archer. Because the Archers didn't come out until the late 70s. Yeah.
It's before that.
Yeah.
This is in the 60s.
So
maybe it's just called the Cherokee.
maybe.
Just the Cherokee.
Yeah.
No, because no definition of Archer, Dakota, or whatever.
Right. So if I'm going to go on a flight with you guys, and we're going to fly to Chico, the first thing I do on my checklist is I'll set, once everything turns on, I'll set my altitude.
Altitude.
And I'll set it for 5,500. right there.
And then your barometric pressure here.
So I can check that, cross-check it at 1870, 80. So that's 3015.
So you dial
So I dial this in.
3015, okay.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then I would go ahead and set my indicated airspeed for my climb rate.
Okay.
And I'd roll this guy up to about 95 knots.
That's the autopilot.
That's the autopilot function.
Yeah.
And then now, once we get up in the air, I can hit heading, nav, autopilot, and it'll capture the route, and away we go.
Wow. Yeah.
It'll handle it all.
Yeah. So
the two-axis autopilot.
That recognition is out of the window, essentially.
Yeah. So this doesn't really block me much. So when we go into departure mode, we have the circle of safety right here, and you can depart right here.
Yeah. Okay,
so I contact 123 Angwin frequency. I contact Angwin traffic. Archer 4368 uniform is holding short of runway 34, preparing for departure. So then I come off of that, I configure the plane, get it all set, review my checklist, and then I say Angwin traffic, Archer 4368 uniforms departing runway 34. This would be a right crosswind, eastbound departure, Angwin.
Okay.
And then we'll go ahead and we'll do that, and then we'll contact Oakland Center. And so all the pilot talk,
flight following,
and I'll pick them up right away for the entire flight.
Okay.
And they'll transfer me off like 7 or 8 times.
Good. Now, how do you switch? You switch the frequencies. You just hit here.
So
Just
go ahead, and it'll bring that up. So let's just say 1278. Go ahead and type in
1278.
1278. Now, touch it. Move it up now. Touch it up. Up one. There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So now they're here. We can control the volume and everything, and we can talk to Oakland Center.
Oh, that's Oakland Center.
Yeah.
1278. Okay. Wow. Nice. Yeah, and you see all your.
Is it? Let me try.
Oakland Center.
Yeah. 127. Yeah.
We switched 8 and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I tried it.
Yeah. Nice.
So then this, a lot of times when I'm busy with flight following, I leave the frequency like Angwin here, and I'll contact Oakland Center here.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I'll go on
1 and 2. Right?
I'll go COM 1 or COM 2.
COM 2, and that should bring it up here. Right?
Yeah, because sometimes they'll say contact Travis approach at 1266. So you got to be kind of quick. So 1266, I just kind of go there and I say Oakland's Archer 4368 uniform contact Travis approach at 1266.
No, wait, you got that in. Did you transfer it or
not yet?
Not yet.
So once you say what they want you to do, then you transfer it over to here, and now I've got them.
You get that.
Travis approach Archer 4368 uniform with you at 5,500.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
That is very sophisticated. The Paul doesn't near have that. Now this, I always like this, because that tells you where you're at, your corrections.
Yeah, exactly.
Traffic not available.
Yeah.
So if we put in a flight plan, it's telling us to turn to the right.
Right. Okay.
And then the flight display, this is called a flight director.
Yeah.
So see the magenta bars and the yellow bars? It controls the pitch attitude of the nose during your entire flight.
Okay.
So you can see it. And then it's got this little button right here, this little blue one.
Yeah.
It's called the level button.
Level.
And that level button, let's say you're all, pitching and diving and doing something weird or in the fog or whatever, you can touch that. It'll capture the control of the plane, and it'll roll the plane back to level, and it'll, roll pitch-wise, and it'll capture the entire plane.
Good.
It'll fly you level.
Yeah. No.
It's emergency button.
Yeah. No, Paul doesn't have that. It's very simple what he has. I take a picture of the.
So.
And the vents in that plane that Paul has, Yes, you still have just your rotation button here. Air conditioning.
So we got air here.
Yeah, nice.
We got air. And so my checklists are 3. So I have my avionics checklist
Okay.
to make sure that I set the avionics up
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah.
Once I have them all set and I go through them, that one goes in. And then I have my standard
Pre-flight.
pre-flight
Okay.
and then pre-departure checklist. I go through everything. Once I'm done with that one, it goes in. And then I do my takeoff checklist. And then I make my announcements and away I go. My little system.
Out of here you go 0 flaps.
Departing 0 flaps,
0.
landing 1, 2, or 3
3,
depending on
depends
conditions.
Yeah. Nice.
That's got low speed also.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Really good,
that's
yeah.
the system.
Yeah.
So it's like, $15,000 right here.
Wow.
And then the autopilot's
Yeah.
like 10 or 12
Yeah.
with the multiple servos that it has below the floor.
Okay.
And this damn thing here, this radio
Traffic not available.
is like $5,000.
Wow.
And then
Yeah.
and then these two here are like $6,000 a piece, all coupled together.
Yeah. I mean.
And then you got to install it, and then you got to get
Yeah.
it all, the
Sure.
pedostatic system all certified.
Get it certified. Yeah. No, I don't think on this one, on the Cherokee, what Paul has, then he's not interested to get that sophisticated.
No, not on the Saratoga for sure.
No, on the
500.
Saratoga,
You could do that.
Yeah.
So
But this makes the flying nice.
yeah.
500.
So that's the panel.
Nice. India Master. Good.
Mm-hmm. Everything off.
Yeah, you see
Everything
on,
down.
on his, it's all over there. I mean, you gotta basically recognize where the fuel pump switches
Yeah.
and your light switches. It's nothing up here.
And so this is my lights, the pulse lights
Yeah,
or steady
so,
lights.
Yeah,
And this is the landing
Landing
light.
light,
So
yeah.
these are landing lights,
yeah.
same as this.
Same as that, yeah.
So I have 3 landing lights,
But you keep the strobes on in flight, right?
all right here.
Yeah.
The anti-collision stay on all the time.
That sounds like a good button.
Yeah. Nice, Frank. Yeah, this is, well, if you ever get that